All right, Jonathan here. We're going to talk about my beloved UFC. Today's number of the day, $4 billion. $4 billion. You know, they sold that company, Lorenzo Dana White, they sold that company for $4 billion. You know, here I am on the UCLA campus. You can see around me that, you know, obviously this is just such a great place to hang out. It's where I like to chill. You know, we don't talk a lot about the UFC and some of the other things beyond fighting, but, you know, if you want to think of the UFC in terms of a case study, a business case study, you know, when we start thinking about the best CEOs that have ever lived, obviously Steve Jobs comes to mind. But, you know, I want to put Dana White up there. I mean, how many CEOs have taken a company from 2 million to 4 billion in 16 years? I mean, you can even argue that, I mean, the UFC literally was invented. I mean, obviously the martial arts have been around for thousands of years, but the power of business and the UFC has advanced. The UFC has advanced martial arts more in 20 years than maybe in the last 2,000. So I mean, I don't think the UFC gets the credit for what it's done. I mean, literally invented a sport. It's gone from 2 million to 4 billion. It's advanced martial arts. In terms of role models, I mean, is there a better role model for female athletes than Holly Holm? I mean, go watch her fights. I mean, go watch her fights and go watch, you know, how she carries herself, how she presents herself, her humility, matched with her elite athleticism. I don't think there's a better female role model in all of athletics than Holly Holm. You know, at first I really didn't like Miesha Tate. Because I was so caught up in my, you know, team Holly Holm. But then I listened to Miesha Tate on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I mean, you know, again, these are elite fighters, and these are very intelligent people. And, you know, I fell in love with Miesha Tate on Joe Rogan's podcast. So if you have some extra time, you're taking a drive, go watch Joe Rogan's podcast and check out Miesha Tate. You know, and so again, I have kind of a love affair with the UFC. I started like everybody did. I mean, I love boxing. I grew up watching boxing with my granddad, you know, and there's nothing better than a Mike Tyson fight. Muhammad Ali was a little bit before my time. We just lost him. You know, in fact, you know, just in terms of the best human being, best athlete in the world, Muhammad Ali, I mean, is just the greatest of all time. And then I fell in love with boxing through Mike Tyson. And I would love to meet Mike Tyson in real life. He's one of my heroes. But, you know, I've slowly realized that boxing's kind of in trouble. And I would love to see boxing have a resurgence. But until then, UFC all the way. So, yeah, again, I just want to say $4 billion. Look what those guys are doing. I mean, who else has taken a company from 2 million to 4 billion in 16 years? Show me some better athletes. Some in terms of the men fighters, man, you know, I don't really have a favorite guy fighter right now. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with John Jones. I mean, he's, I think, arguably the best fighter right now. He just needs to kind of get some things straight. I really have, like I said, I think he's a good guy. I think he has a good heart. I just think, like all of us, he kind of struggles with things, and you know, he needs to feel our love, and he needs to know that we're pulling for him. And if you want to hate anybody, hate that little fucking leprechaun, Conor McGregor. I mean, I would hit that guy in the face, but he would hit me back. But again, in terms of marketing, I don't think there's a better guy than the Leprechaun. And anyway, so I can go on and on about the UFC and my love affair with it. But anyway, Dana White, $4 billion. Congratulations. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I wanted to just kind of brag on those guys. I mean, really, think about that. I mean, what's the ROI on 2 million to 4 billion in 16 years? All right, Team Holly Holm, can't wait for her to fight again. All right, anyway, I'm done rambling. I'm going to go kind of finish my walk. Americano417@gmail.com. I'm Jonathan. Americano417@gmail.com. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.